Howdy, folks.
Sorry about
Welcome
that.
to another edition of Pirate Sports Chat. Today we have the men's and women's swim team with us. So join us is head coach Anthony Iacopetti, along with swimmers Jakob and Sarah Maver. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this today. Coach, let's start with you. You know, obviously, one of the more frustrating things about what we're going through with all this COVID stuff is, especially for you guys, you have this incredible brand new Aquatics Pavilion that nobody's been able to use yet. You know, you've spent so much time in our purgatory of a bathtub of a swimming pool over the course of the last few decades. Tell us how excited are you to show this new toy off to everybody else, and tell the viewers that maybe haven't been able to see it, everything this new complex has to offer.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time in the making. You know, we did some great things with our old facility, and we have some amazing memories. These two athletes right here were, you know, the final chapter in that old facility. Unfortunately, it came to an abrupt halt. We all know why, but you know, I'm thankful I had like these two to give me memories in that old facility. You know, because these two, along with that team last year, was an amazing team. So we're moving forward into this new place, and it is dynamite. It's spectacular. It's one of the greatest facilities, honestly, in the country. It's got the scope and complexity and capabilities of a world-class facility to be able to do unlimited things, from training to events to reaching and serving needs of the community to you know, a whole array of opportunities with this new facility. And fortunately, we've been finally cleared to be able to have some training sessions, and that's been invigorating to get some kind of momentum, or some kind of, you know, I don't know if it's really momentum at this point, but, you know, some kind of a normalcy back to our lives, to be able to go and coach and see these athletes in the pool and just start getting shape again. So the facility is, again, it's remarkable. A couple of our athletes here, actually, one of them, Jake, he worked out in a facility that was much like our old facility. It's an aged, you know, dinosaur, if you want to call it that, for the aquatic centers or swimming pools in the area. And then, of course, Sarah actually was quite kind of spoiled. She actually was trained and worked out in the nicest facility, arguably, in the country, there at Woolett. So it's kind of a different take on it. You know, Sarah could be like, "Oh, this is okay." You know, no, it's nice. It's pretty spectacular. But yeah, for all of us, it's just an amazing facility. It's going to be known as one of the, you know, as we get events and have performances in this new pool, we'll make some new great memories as we move towards the future of Orange Coast College Aquatics. So it's going to be exciting.
Awesome. Well, one of the things you failed to mention in terms of all this stuff is the things that we can do. I didn't hear anything about an office company, you know, pool party, you know, like a once a month pool party. We get the Jumbotron going, you know, maybe some movies, you know, you know, that's the only way I'm going to get in that pool. That's for sure.
Yeah, you hit on a key one there. That Jumbotron is going to, we've already been using it in our training sessions to, you know, show motivational videos or training videos. We had some, you know, put up stroke analysis or something to stimulate the audience, just in regular training, which is unique because it doesn't exist on really any pool for the most part. It's very, very rare to have something like this. And like I said, you'd have to go to like a Stanford, or there's two other facilities that are in the ballpark of what we have in all of Southern California. So
very cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, pool parties will be fun. We're definitely gonna have to do some stuff to bring people together, you know?
Absolutely. So, absolutely. You know, I'll be the party planner for that one. So
yeah.
Sarah, your turn. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into the sport of swimming and your path to Orange Coast College? I know swimming is kind of like a sport that maybe isn't on top of the kids' radars normally when it comes to, you know, the softball or baseball or basketball or those kinds of things. So what got you into swimming, and how did you fall in love with it?
Okay, so I started with a local summer league. So all the neighborhoods in Irvine have one, and then they all have like little championships at the end of the year. It was very, I'll call it easygoing. Like at least most of the neighborhoods near me did not take it very seriously. You really go, you hang out with your friends, you swim a couple of races, you have a good time, you eat some candy. So that's what got me started. I didn't really take it seriously for a long time. Then high school came around and I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna do swimming. I ended up doing water polo too. And I got to meet an incredible coach who really motivated me and got me to actually think, oh wow, I could actually, I could do better than this, and really helped improve my technique. Unfortunately, my sophomore year, he ended up passing away actually during a swim meet. And while that hurt my motivation a lot, I ended up finding a new coach that was really good and kind of got me to believe in myself again. And he actually tried to get me to go to OCC. And he was talking about it, and I was like, nah, it's fine. I'll just get it to the, right till the end of high school kind of thing. And then we had one of our coaches, Keith, come watch me at one of my races. I arguably say my best race. And basically it got me there. I'm like, okay, I actually want to see where I could go with this, because I thought I was kind of done, we'll call it improving times. But then I dropped time, and I was like, well, maybe not. Maybe I want to see where this goes. So that's how I got to OCC.
Well, we're glad to have you here. Thank you. That's awesome. So, Jake, you and I talked yesterday on the phone, and we talked a little bit about how special, the dynamic is with the swim team. You mentioned kind of it's like a family environment. Coach Anthony's kind of instilled a good atmosphere in terms of practicing and preparing not only for swim meets, but for your classes, for life, all those kinds of things. Tell me a little bit about what OCC has meant to you in terms of your life and how things have been for you, both as an athlete and as a student.
Man, I don't know. Just a lot. Throughout season last year, we would always have like team meetings, like we'd all sit around Anthony, and like Anthony would talk at us. And I mean, some of us wouldn't pay attention, but I paid attention the entire time. I remember all the little talks, and it just meant everything. Like I was captain of Edison swim team basically my junior year, and then for sure my senior year. And like I was running the show there, and then to kind of take a back seat behind like Reese and Dawson last season was like more eye-opening in a way. But yeah, it just meant everything that I had a home like at OCC, and then like a support system to back me up at all times.
That's really cool. Yeah, I'm a former Coast kid myself. I back in the 17th century, I was a student and wrote for the school paper, and like you said, it's a special place, and I'm glad to see kids like you guys really taking advantage of it. So that's awesome. Coach, back to you. You've had a steady stream of championship success in your time here at OCC, in spite of the awesome pool facility that you had to deal with. Tell me a little bit about what are some of the key components in running a championship level program at this level?
Yeah, I mean, we've had some success. I've been very fortunate to be at Orange Coast, because our school, our campus, our faculty, the environment just at Orange Coast College by itself draws people in. It's an amazing school. It's a great location, and there's just some great student athletes that attend the school. So for championships, what we've done is we've basically tried to seize on that, or not take for granted that opportunity and those possibilities with these great athletes, and maximize their potential. So these two athletes, for example, right here, I mean, they were going to be competing to be potentially a state champion last season. They're very good swimmers in high school, but they're a perfect example of someone that, recruiting is the biggest key for running a championship program, and you have to go find athletes. So like Jake, I had actually gone out to his practice and recruited him directly, which is somewhat rare for community college coaches to be able to, at least in the aquatics environment, to actually put themselves out there to go do that kind of stuff. You think everybody goes and watches a swim meet or talks to a coach or whatnot, but we try to take the extra step to actually go connect with the athletes and show them we care about them personally. I know Keith was able to do the same thing for Sarah. And, Keith, it was, I had directed him to go to this meet and said, go find an athlete there. There's got to be someone. Irvine kids are great. So sure enough, he found Sarah. And what we do is we take these athletes like these two here, and we help them maximize their potential. And so one of the things that, you know, I've been lucky enough to have the ability and possibilities and opportunities to find athletes like this, and then be capable enough to maximize their potential. And what I mean by that is, it's kind of like, you know, squeeze the last drop of juice out of a lemon. You know, you got to really squeeze hard. You only squeeze halfway, you get a lot of juice. You squeeze, you put it in the press, the lemon press or whatever, and you really can maximize, get every last drop of juice out of it. Not to say it's, you know, we're pressuring them to do this, but no, we're just trying to maximize every element of it through the, you know, mind, body, and spirit of these athletes. The psychology of it plays a big role in our program as far as getting them to believe how great they can be, getting them to understand the work that it will take to get there, and then having a culture in place where there's the framework and structure for them to thrive as they learn those things, as they learn the psychology, as they believe in themselves, and then they kind of see it around their teammates. Everybody's held to an incredibly high standard. Again, we're real fortunate to be able to do those type of things. People know when they come to an Orange Coast program, at least once they're here, they're operating at a much tougher framework than most programs. But you know, that's because we've had success, and we can you know, just push them that way, and they bought into it. So it's been really great. It's a win-win all the way around. These athletes make the whole program. Without them, we're nothing. We try to maximize it and get the most out of it to give them great memories, because this is what it's all about: great memories, personal growth, and transferring on and moving on to either continue as an athlete or, you know, continue just as a student and a great person in society. So.
Absolutely. That's great. You see the success. You know, it's not just in the banners, but just the kids that come back year in, year out for your program. It's awesome. So, Sarah, tell me a little bit about, you know, during this crazy COVID time. I know at this point of this interview, you guys are back and you're conditioning and swimming again, which is awesome. But before that, tell me, how are you able to just kind of stay motivated and stay on top of your game athletically during the COVID time? What are some of the things you were able to do during that time of isolation to help prepare yourself for not just for this coming conditioning phase that you guys are doing at Orange Coast, but also preparing for the upcoming swim season in 2021?
As Anthony mentioned earlier, I'm actually really lucky because not only did I go to a school that used WOOL as a facility, I actually work there. So something that I got to really benefit from is when lap swim opened back up, we're allowed to go and join lap swim whenever. So that was one of the main things. I was able to go there and swim and just keep in shape relatively, you know, swim a couple laps here and there, one of those things. But something we did as a team was in our Zoom meetings, we used to plan these 30-day challenges. And we got to, you know, so what we wanted to do just to keep us all active. And Anthony sent out these workout lists at the beginning of quarantine for things for us to do to keep in shape. And it was really hard to stay motivated, especially as it got like extended further and further. It's like, okay, hopefully we get it sometime, but which now we're in. But it's one of those things. It's also, it gives a little bit, we'll call it purpose to the day, or, you know, it's better. It gives me a reason to change out of my pajamas. So.
Very good. Awesome. Good deal. So, Jake, last question for you. You know, try if you can compare, being that you're a former swimmer, you competed and swam in the prehistoric bathtub that we had before. Try to describe, without going too bananas here, just how awesome it is to now swim and train in our new facility versus the old one. I assume the term night and day doesn't really give it justice, but you know, how excited are you to compete in this thing against other schools, you know, maybe in a big swim meet at our Athletics Pavilion?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, like, as Anthony said earlier, I came from Edison, and our pool was, like, probably worse than our old pool at OCC. Like, it was, like, 4 feet deep, and, like, there was sand at the bottom. Like, it was dirty. So, like, this new facility, I wrote down a few words, like, to describe my first feelings. Like, angelic, heavenly, ethereal, divine, celestial. Like, when we walked in for the first time, there was like a little shroud of mist like on the pool deck. I was like, this is it. It's huge. There's like, I was like super impressed, and I like can't wait to like use it and like to compete in it. Oh my gosh, I'm just so stoked.
Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, Jules, I talked to Jules yesterday, your teammates, and she mentioned the pool is so big she's afraid she's going to get lost while she's swimming. Like that's how big that pool is compared to her. She went to Edison with you, so she comparing that, she's like, it's like night and day. It's unbelievable. So we're all excited about it. I can't wait to be a part of the swim meets and the water polo tournaments, and I'm never going to go home again. I'm going to have stuff to do every day, every hour of every day with that place. So. Folks, thank you guys so much for being a part of this today. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope we're back in the spring doing all this, and let's get a ton of people out at the swim meets, and let's do the best we can in 2021. Jake, Sarah, Anthony, thank you guys so much for being a part of this today.
Thank you, Tony. Thanks for putting this together. We appreciate it.
You got it.